perfect.
Well, I went back in time and I got my hair. Went back in time, we'll get Steelers Nation Australia headband. We'll get you some like high socks. We'll get you some like these shorts.
Hey,
shorts.
you're standing up. Hey, easy.
Yeah.
It's like balls of fury.
So when JJ52 says, will Ray Gun make the 53? No, she's cut.
If you're not going to take Ray Gun, I know a place in Western Pennsylvania where she'll fit right in. Right at the cookie table at a wedding.
She could be my second string long
Call her
snap.
Dr. Boogie or the Dr. Get Down and tell her she has a PhD in Get Down. Like, play the music,
You know what? If she'd had some bling, and looked like
Yeah.
LL Cool J and I'm gonna knock you out, she might have won.
Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, and also welcome back to Steelers Dynasty podcast. What's going on, Shane? What's going on, Bubba? How are you guys?
Doing good.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Going all right. It's Browns week now.
Yeah,
Again.
but we gotta talk a little bit about
Oh, yeah.
like from Sunday to now, because like it's been just crazy.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild. I think I was actually watching this morning because we have Hard Knocks coming up soon, right? I don't know why. This was like I was watching some TJ Watt highlights. You know, I was also watching some JJ Watt highlights too. And man, JJ Watt was a beast, but TJ Watt is something different as well. So it's getting to that time where we're getting into, you know, Coach of the Year talk. We get to watch Hard Knocks very shortly. Mike Tomlin had did you hear his response to Mike? His are you going to watch it? Question?
Was that the one where Broderick Jones and he's like, shut up?
Oh no, that was when he was getting filmed. So Jones walked past him. Jones was like, "You wearing a mic?" And he's like, "Shut up." And he's like, "Get this shit off me! Get this shit off me!" Like, I don't know people don't like him. I love him. No, he was asked in the press conference today, "Hey, coach, are you going to watch the Hard Knocks?" Absolutely not.
No, he has no desire.
That was his answer. He has no desire to. He's not going to watch. He's not going to watch a film about the Steelers and that he works for. Like, I thought it was great. I thought it was funny. Are you guys going to watch? You're going to watch Shane? You're going to watch Hard Knocks?
I will. I'll actually watch it. Usually I don't because I could give two shits of any other team. Kind of like Bubba. I'm just like, it's not the Steelers. It ain't shit.
I should cut something on those other shitty teams. Like I should watch the one about the Ravens and cut something video and then critique it and then do Cleveland and then do Cincinnati. But Cincinnati's, I think, in disarray because I saw some podcasters, Cincy podcasters that are just like they're pulling their hair out.
Remember, Cincinnati is the best worst team that should be making the playoffs.
Well,
they're the best worst team that should be in the playoffs. If they were better, they would be in there. That's right.
Yeah,
well,
I'm one person.
I'd like to know what Ryan Clark got out of his bet with Ocho Cinco because Ocho Cinco cannot eat McDonald's for a whole year. You didn't see that?
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, did he say it was under 9.5 or 9 or 8?
No, it was no. He bet. Chad Johnson bet that Cincinnati will beat the Steelers this past Sunday, and he bet. And Ryan's like, "I'll bet you $20." And then, well, Chad said, "Let's bet." I think Ryan said, "Okay, let's go $20." And he's like, "No. How about if the Steelers win, you don't eat McDonald's for a year?"
Yeah, right.
You're
and
on.
He loves,
he's like,
he loves McDonald's, doesn't he? He loves it.
I guess he's like, "You're
is that
on."
Why is that why I saw an edit of Russell Wilson throwing hamburgers, and I saw them catching McNuggets? Did you see the edit?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what they were talking about.
One going around the internet where Joe and Warren is holding like a Big Mac or whatever, and
then the fumble's like chicken nuggets.
Yeah. He's a bit of a wildcat, I think. Mr. Oko Shishinko, whatever his name is. He's so emotional, like body emotional. You know, I don't even need some emotion.
Go to Burger King now.
Okay. He can't eat Macca's for the rest of the year. I couldn't do it.
I think I could. It'd be Dairy Queen that I couldn't do.
I've went a couple years without McDonald's.
How'd you feel? fantastic.
Good. Pretty good.
Yeah. It's one of the ones where when you have it, you're hungry, and then you're just like, oh, it's tasty for like, 6 minutes.
The
And then
first
the next,
time I eat it, it was like I felt like I got poisoned. And every time I eat like a Big Mac, I love the taste of it, but it feels like I have to shave my tongue after.
yeah, right. You know that bloke, that guy who did the extra large series, he passed away like last year or 2 years ago.
Right, from
what was
eating
that?
McDonald's food.
Supersized Me. He had, I think it was cancer related or something like that.
From West Virginia. Let me look that up. Did he die?
Yeah, I think he passed
he
away
passed
2
away.
years ago. Yeah. J-Devil says the McRib just came out. Mate, I could eat every day.
Yeah, but he probably eats it for carbs. And then he eats it and then goes to the gym or something. Because sometimes if you eat a lot of
probably
carbs,
puts it all together, right?
Yeah. I can't do McDonald's. I think I had Dairy Queen last night. I think Dairy Queen burgers are better. When I was a kid, Big Mac's all the way.
Supersize made me want it more. Eating a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Jquest says, yeah, Steelers you had a great McDonald's. Yeah, it was I think Russell Wilson was throwing burgers, throwing chips, throwing McFlurries, all those kind of things. That's funny. That's crazy. But yeah, I think it's been a good week for us. Steelers are 9-3. Eagles beat the Ravens. Steelers can beat the Eagles. The Ravens, they're now 7-5. So the game advantage. Our mate Sean from both Steelers Dynasty podcast and HDU here, all right, he said that we're going to beat the Browns, then beat the Ravens, and we win the division. Because if both teams get 11 wins, the Steelers and the Ravens, then we hold the advantage. So the Eagles game doesn't matter too much in terms of the AFC North, but the Steelers still want to go out and win number one seed.
Well, if we go 4-1 in these next games, we're and the one game that we lose is maybe in Philly, and we beat the Kansas City Chiefs. It's just going to explode.
I think the Steelers have a good chance, to be honest, to win all these games.
I said that. I like that too.
Well, they got their loss out of the way. Their loss, normally, but they're going on a bit of a run now. This 6-game stretch, the loss out of the way. The Browns, I think they'll beat them, and the Eagles, they can probably. If you sneak away with a 1-point win or a field goal where you shouldn't feel like you won that game, you still get a W, right?
They are going to beat the living piss out of Cleveland Browns. I think they're so laser focused. Right. Myles Garrett can go suck one because I think Denver just beat them bad. I didn't even watch a game. I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, it was 40.
Do you know the stats though yesterday? Jerry Jeudy was 276 yards receiving. Most all time against his former team, and they lost. Wow. Jameis Winston had like 400 yards, 500 yards, lost in 3 picks. Like they had like a stat performance like of all years and still lost. They lost like by 40 something to 33.
Well, that's the way Cincinnati played Sunday too. That high-powered offense, they're going golfing.
The Browns, I think, and I'll try and bring it up. The Browns versus Denver, they threw the ball 50-something times. So I don't think they're going to 41-32. They lost, and Winston had 5 TDs. Was it 5 TDs? No, he had 4 TDs, 497 yards. He threw the ball 58 times, 3 interceptions, 3 sacks. Like that's a Jameis Winston game. Is he going to do that?
Why wouldn't they run the ball more though?
Because they like flinging, letting loose with Winston. Whatever his name is, yeah. But he's not going to. He won't do that again against the Steelers. Like he won't have enough. He'd probably be too tired. Slinging it almost 60 times, 500 yards, and they still lose 3-9. So,
well, they're playing on a short week too.
Hey, yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it should be a different game.
Oh, we're going to kill them.
Yeah, Jake West says Browns are going to play away after a short week. Table turned, and it's also there's not you don't hear any talk around the Browns fans or Browns players like amping this game up. They really wanted to win inside of Cleveland, and now it's just very quiet. Like their season's done. Like when it comes down to now being down by 10, they won't care as much this game than they did at home in the snow. Like that was their Super Bowl. Now it's like, oh, we're just going to play the Steelers and we lose.
Well, and then Monday night losing to Denver, putting all that offense performance and not getting a win, it deflates all their. It just deflates them.
How do you get? Oh, sorry, you go.
What time's the game this week?
You're 1 p.m. My 5 a.m. You're midday. You guys doing a watch party?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys love it now, don't you? It's pretty fun, isn't it?
I'm starting to
addicted.
like. I don't even invite anybody to my house anymore.
Yeah, it's fun. You don't need anyone. You got.
I got everybody across the world.
That's right. But yeah, Jerry Jeudy had 9 receptions, 235, 1 TD, and they still lost. How do you have that many yards and you still lose?
It's unreal.
If you had told me they scored that many points, had that many yards, I would have guaranteed the Steelers losing. I would have bet $500 on it.
Well, there's no way they lose this. I don't think they can lose this weekend. They're getting back Highsmith. Montrevious Adams comes back to stuff the run. I think Corey Truss coming back. They're all getting healthy in certain parts. Herbig and TJ Watt lead the league in fumbles.
I was going to say, you beat me to the punch in that. I just seen that too. You beat me to the punch. You're doing your due diligence of knowing what's going on. Oh yeah.
Yeah, here it is. Number 1 and 2, Nick Herbig and TJ Watt, forced fumble leaders, 5 and 4.
Yep. Oh, hi, Brian.
Mike Tomlin got his 18 seasons. I'm stoked about that. You fellas stoked about that, or you cool with it?
I am.
The standard's the standard.
Standard.
I want to see him beat Bill, the Emperor, and then he's got to go 3 more years, and he take it. This record will never be broken. 18 tied. Nobody will ever get this close again, ever.
You know why? It's because of this.
Coach Stumlin. Let's go for the win, man.
Wait, it's not loading.
Coach Stumlin.
Load. It's not loading. Play. Can you hear it? Yeah or not?
Let's go for the win, man.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Why can't I hear it?
I don't know.
Let's go for the win, man.
Is it going over and over and over?
Yeah.
Is it not stopping?
Coach Stumlin. Let's go for the win.
It's not
man.
stopping.
Why can't I hear it?
I don't know.
It's on my laptop.
Stumlin. Let's go for the win, man.
That's crazy that I can't hear that.
Coach Stumlin.
I can't hear it. Okay, I'll listen back later then. I honestly, that's so stupid. Like, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Coach Stumlin.
Thank goodness. All right. Finally, I got to hear it. On my own platform, on my own computer, on my own StreamYard, I couldn't even hear it. All right, fellas, let's get into it. Let's talk about the MVP awards this week, because I'm pretty excited. I'm still pretty buzzed about this win. Like, I think it was a really important win to go 9-3. And we're gonna go. Recap. Right. Shane's MVP Fields still up there, by the way. And I wonder if he'll get any points this week. So, am I on screen? Yeah, okay, sweet. So Fields is 50, TJ Watt 36, Harris 35, Austin 35. They're the front runners at the moment. Boswell, killing it this season. Boswell's on fire. 31 for Wilson, he might climb up. Pickens 24, Elliott 18, Bishop 15, Herbig, he'll jump up there too. Queen, Patterson, Highsmith, he'll come back. Williams, been very quiet. We can talk about him too shortly. Frymouth had a day. He'll be up there probably this week. Frazier had 7. Grounds crew still on 6. They're beating quite a few plays. JPJ on 4. We'll talk about him too as well. Waitman 3, Wilson 3. Other guys at the bottom: Jefferson, Moon, Warren, McCollum, and Jackson. I'm surprised we haven't given Jackson any points. But I did have a theory about this. It's either we haven't given Jackson any points, or by accident I've deleted him. What do you think?
We just haven't given him any points because
Okay,
everybody's playing so good. We can only have 4 people to pick.
Because I thought I might have deleted him by accident, which could happen. So, yeah, that's one. He's at 1 point. That was last week to Jackson. So, because he's got 5 interceptions this year, which is crazy. He's leading the Steelers in that. Alrighty, so let's start with. We'll go with Bubba first. Bubba, who is your 1 point in this match? And it's getting down the wire. It's a very tough one, but it's a good place to be.
My 1 point. I was going to do a combo, but I'm going to have to separate it and go with the single. I'm going to go with Dan Moore because he had a better game this Sunday than he had 10 days before. That Trey Henderson, I didn't even hear about him. And those sacks that they got to me were, the pass protection was better. I would like to give something to Broderick Jones, but I'm going to go with Dan Moore because he had a better game than he had 10 days before. So he's going to get my 1 point.
What do you reckon the overall grade, or what were your thoughts about the offensive line? I thought they played pretty good this last week.
I thought they stepped up, and their blocking on the delayed screens are phenomenal. They're setting that up perfectly, and Wilson's getting enough time, and it just he has enough time to throw, and there's not too many holds. Broderick Jones didn't mess up like he did 10 days before, where a whole drive was getting messed up because of 3 penalties in a row by him holding. So, and Broderick Jones actually, took Pickens to the side and was like, "Hey, brother, cool down, get him on a play."
That was pretty cool.
Actually,
that was cool.
Yeah, actually given some type of leadership where somebody needed to tell him that a week ago. So now somebody must have, and then he just told Pickens. So it must be like pay it forward kind of thing. So I'm happy with this offensive line. I mean, Frazier and the guards in the middle. I mean, I think we're doing way better than we have in the last recent, maybe 3 or 4 years.
And they're young.
Yes.
True. And we got guys like Frazier and the other bloke McCormick who were draftees this year, so they're playing at a high level as well. I like that. Yeah, giving the, because it's very tough to give the O-line points, because I normally go towards the star players that catch the ball. Shano, what about your 1 point?
I'm gonna have to give it to Fryermuth.
Move. He did play pretty well.
Receptions, 70, maybe 68 yards. A TD. Not a bad day.
That was his best game as a Steeler this year.
That is. He's
pretty good.
He's coming out of being a ghost like TJ. There he is.
And that pass from Wilson that TD was unbelievable. He's kind of like sat in that zone like Heath Miller would back in the day. And Wilson was falling to the ground, zipped it to him, pass, TD, crowd goes crazy. Jayquest says here, I actually might have deleted. I don't know if I deleted the guy. I don't know because he's got 5 interceptions. Maybe we've never given him a point the whole games. I've probably done it by accident. So unfortunately, that's how it rolls here on the award show. And a bit like TJ Watt, you get shafted, and they give it to bloody Myles Garrett last year. So no, I don't know if we didn't give him a point or 3 points or whatever, or I've hit the wrong button and deleted Donte Jackson. But it's funny enough, he's on my list this week anyway. I'm going to go 1 point, my guy, and it feeds off what Bubba said, Najee Harris. That bloke is playing possessed. The way they used him in that passing game, same with Warren when he was getting tired, check downs, and I think some casual fans say, "Oh, they're only checking down," and it's like, "Oh, this, and this," and Russell Wilson can't find the ball down the field. It doesn't matter if they give you 5, 10, 15 yards. Check down all day. Brady did it for years and years. For many years, Brady would check down to the running backs and pass to the guy in the slot. So I give it to Najee Harris a point because I thought he was fantastic. The way he runs, he just pinballs off people. He's so fun to watch. And the Steelers got to really think about giving him a contract next year and try and not lose him to the free agent period. We don't know where he's going to go. But Najee, to me, was fantastic. Just hitting people hard, physical, playing, catching the ball 5-something times for – I don't know how many yards he had. I haven't got the stats here, but he had 5 catches.
Yeah, 54 yards.
54 yards. That's 10 average. So
he had about 100 some. He had 100 some yards total offense.
120.
Yeah, the offense can go through him, and then Wilson, like Bubba said a few weeks ago, can find the other 7 players to make plays. It's a whole team offense, and Najee Harris is very happy. I'm very happy watching him play. It's so fun when he gets a ball and he beats the first middle linebacker, then goes to the next level and starts bouncing off everyone. It's just fun football to watch. I think he's awesome. Alrighty, 2 points. Bubba.
Najee Harris.
Oh, back it up.
And I'm just piggyback off of you. 100 and some yards total offense. Looking good. Being what he needs to be. He'll get 1,000 yards probably. Maybe he'll have a big game against Cleveland and get over 1,000 yards. He's very, very close, about 100 and some. He's got 800 and some. I like those delayed screens, and I believe that maybe Le'Veon Bell will call him up in the offseason. Is like, hey, don't be like me. If the Steelers give you something, take it, because it's not always greener on the other side of the street. I know you want to make big money, but you know what? Sometimes you're still going to be making money, and then after you're done as retire a Steeler, you'll be making money because you're still in community. There's something like if you retire a Steeler and you play your whole career.
Why can't he just build his brand? That's what I don't understand. What Le'Veon Bell could have done. Could have built his brand as a Steeler, been a Steeler, and then done big things.
He wanted more. He wanted more money. He didn't want 35. He wanted like 55, or it all depends on what his agent was speaking into his head. Like, he knows he messed up, and maybe if he gets a hold of Harris in the off season, it's like, hey, don't be like me. Just don't do it, because I wish I would have took the 35 and signed, and then. But also too, he got a ring with Kansas City, but he really just he didn't earn it. He just was there.
Why cut your ties with Pittsburgh when you can build that legacy for your whole entire life?
Right. And when you're in your 50s, when you're in your 50s and you retire a Steeler, it's some kind of prestige. Around here, like when Rod Woodson, went away and he had that Woodson Sports Bar, boom, boom. But now he retired a Steeler. He can, walk back into Pittsburgh and be something. And I didn't want to see Rod Woodson leave anyway. I wanted to see him be a free or strong safety instead of a corner, but they didn't make that transition. But like I said, Najee is playing possessed, like you said. And I do like the screens. I just don't like him hurdling people, because it scares me every time he does the hurdle. I don't know if he's now watching Barkley. He's going to try to do a backwards leap hurdle or something, which will scare the hell out of me. But
did both you blokes play football? Like, we
high school.
Who was it? You guys play defense?
Defense?
Yeah. How do you tackle a guy like Najee? Because I find like
not up high.
He's just so. When he runs around, he's just like, I don't know what his movement's so odd, but like it's not fast. He's just a big guy.
Well,
like he's just sporadic to move around and push.
Me and Shane played for a small school, so we didn't see big bruiser backs like Najee. Like in my playing days, Stacey Fairman could be compared to Najee, a bruising back, and you could never take Stacey up top. And realistically, you couldn't grab him. You'd have to trip him up because his legs were big too back then, and I'm talking 35 years ago. And the game is
180 pounds running that were 200 pounds as one kid, but that all you did is just went for a ride, and then as the game went on, you probably start tackling lower and lower until you're just wrestling ankles.
But Najee seems very scrappy. Like once he gets to that second level, you watch him run. It's not the most perfect like strides or whatever it may be, but he's getting that 1, 2, 3 yards, and he's like pushing people off and very scrappy. I'm like, no, you're not there. Spin. You know what I mean?
He leaves.
It's very tough tackle.
He's that last game. It seems like he turns. He's going to go down, and then he goes forward. It's strange.
Yeah,
he's better in between the tackles. Those pitch lefts and pitch hip tosses and pitches. I don't like that. I like in between the tackles is his best, and that's when the Steelers need to utilize.
And also, he should have got another TD near the end when they called his forward momentum stopping, but it was still going. So, yeah, I think Najee's up there, man. I think he's playing fantastic Steeler football. Maybe not the flashiest, like, Barkley, MVP, Eagles football, but Najee, and he is a bit slower, but if he gets you 35 yards, that's not bad, because he was gassed at one play, and he said it was his Thanksgiving turkey or something he ate pudding from front.
Fryermuth's girlfriend made a banana shirt, and it just hit him hard.
Yeah. Just out of gas. But you love that, because I remember watching the play when Wilson gave him the ball. Like, before he got it, he couldn't have no burst. He was like done. So they gave him a bit of a rest. But the whole drive, they were feeding him down the field, going check, 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 And we're getting into Najee football, and like Bubba said, it's 1,000 or a few thousand yards away from.
I believe they're going to sign him. I'm praying that they do, because Jaylen Warren has been hurt most of this season, and they're not going to put all their eggs in the Warren basket next year. I don't think so.
You'd like to see them sign Najee again as a vet running back and then have someone after him in the draft. Do you think that would be the smart move? Because there's talk now of signing Russell Wilson or Fields, and they're going to – I think the Steelers know what they have. There's something special, right? If it's not this season, it's next year or year after. So, yeah, some good times coming around this club. Shana, who's your number 2?
That was a good show. Good times.
nothing fancy here, guys. And I'm picking Najee for the 2 points because listen, you got Jalen Warren. He had what he had. He had 3 carries for 9 yards to come in to help out, and he had 4 receptions for 55 yards. But he had 55 yards receiving. You had Pickens with 74 yards receiving. I mean, it's split. Like Russell Wilson does not have a favorite receiver. He doesn't.
Nope.
You know, the running back had as many as Freiermuth. They both had 6 receptions for around 60 yards. Now, give or take a yard or 2. But Najee had 75 yards running. I mean, it was kind of like everything was so balanced. He had 120 yards total. He's just serviceable. He's just getting it done. Kind of like the way the whole team has been. Just it's not pretty. You don't know where it's coming from, but it's gonna happen. They're getting the production. So
you got Najee as well. So at least Najee gets a bit of love this week because he's climbing up the boards too. And he's a valuable running back. And I think a lot of fans are saying, oh, he's washed. He's not that guy. But it does look like if the Steelers can make a choice to bring him back, it'd be valuable for the offense. I agree with all that kind of stuff. My 2 points is, and this is based off purely one hit. And there's more stuff he did in the game too. But my 2 points goes to Cameron Hayward. There was a one hit on the running back. Do you remember seeing that?
Yeah.
He absolutely fucked him up. Dude, that's Steelers football right there. He laid the absolute hammer and smacked him down. And I'm not even sure if they scored. I don't care if they scored the next play. But in that one play, Cameron Hayward gave him a big old bear hug right to the ground. There's a great picture. If I can bring it up, I will. A great picture of on
he's standing over him.
Yeah.
I just
over
did something on social media with it. I put some music to it.
Oh, hello.
Well, it's called, what's it called? Cap or something?
Cap what?
It's called Cap Cut. And you can do all these memes and take pictures and cut because I did it like this. Maybe I can show it.
I'll bring up the photo. But the photo's great. It just symbolizes this game. It symbolizes the rival with the Bengals because they suck, and he absolutely owned him. It's like the Juju one, you know, when Juju leveled that guy. But Cameron Hayward, that tackle at the goal line, they might have scored after. They probably did or didn't. I don't remember. But that tackle was amazing. Like he broke the line and just gave him a big bear hug. It was classic football. It was probably the correct way you meant to tackle. Hayward did his thing. He walked over him, looked down and said, you got nailed. And then that was it. But he also put his hands up. I think Cameron Hayward put his hands up for a deflection. I think Cameron Hayward also got a sack in this game too, as well.
2. One. I had 1.
Sorry, what?
He had 1. I thought he had 2, and I'm like,
okay, yeah, 1. Yeah. So he's deserving of my 2 points because he's the leader of it. What's that?
That's what I'm.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yep.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
That's what I did.
Gotcha. That tackle was awesome, and I think he's playing some of his best football in his career because he told everyone this too, that he was injured last year and he wasn't himself, and now he's back to better health and playing much better football. So, to me, Cameron Hayward gets 2 points. Alrighty, Bubba, who's got your 3? 3.
My 3 is going to be it's interchangeable, but I just think of. Okay, my 3 is going to be Russell Wilson, due to the fact he threw over 400 yards. He had a great game. I think that's the second most yardage he ever thrown. And I know I'm probably going to catch a little bit of heat from not having him as my MVP, but he was very, very close. He lit him up. He had a better game he had almost 200 and some yards, I think, in the first half. I believe. So he had three touchdowns, that 1 interception. I'm not going to look at that was
Wilson cheesy. I think his 200 and something yards was his best in the second half ever. His highest ever. So maybe because he was more of a runner back in Seattle and in Denver, that was the wasted years for him because that was just awful, right? I keep seeing these edits with the way that Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos teammates are yelling at him and treating him like shit and throwing him under the bus. And I keep hating Denver more and more and more.
I never liked Denver. I've never liked Denver in my entire life.
Sean Payton it threw him under the bus, the organization under the bus. He was in so many times yelling at him. And you've never seen a guy happier with Mike Tomlin, our Steelers, and carving these teams up now. And also Wilson is now dissecting plays and saying defense, they're going to go up here. Okay, we're going to move the play this way. We didn't have that for the last 4 years with Kenny Pickett or Rudolph or whoever, you know?
Well, Tomlin has his Super Bowl quarterback too.
Yeah, 100%.
So, I mean, there it is. And he's the only one that's actually out of that whole, that actually won besides Patrick Mahomes, I think in the AFC. Oh, I'm sorry, and Aaron Rodgers, which I don't even count. But
oh yeah, and he was on the he keeps going on the body Pat McAfee show. I think he's done too. He was done before he started.
Well, Pat, I don't know why Pat brings him on. It just dumbifies the show.
Maybe to cause conflict so he gets some ratings and something. He probably has some kind of contract with him too as well that he has to come on the show. Like he's probably, even though they're probably friends, but he's probably like, well, I have to keep coming on because you told me to, and then now I paid you this money. Because there was some kind of money that he got given to go on there. Aaron Rodgers, I'm not. He says he's a punk. I think Aaron Rodgers is a punk too. I think I would walk past Aaron Rodgers and not even look at him two times. I think he's a loser. I don't like him.
And then I want to say before we pick another person. Russell was actually scrambling and actually took off with the ball and got some first downs too. So, I mean.
Good point. These are the kind of comments that the real Steel fans like Daredevil and not other punks, Jack Sperry out there don't see. Van Jefferson was with the Rams, right? He won was he with the Rams? No,
yeah. He was Van Jefferson.
Oh, he was too. They're on the same team. Yeah. They won against the Bengals, right? You've got Atlanta Roberts, who's been on a Super Bowl team. These are the guys that you brought in to make backup depth. And that's why we have an actual team. You have the fancy players like the Bengals have Jamar Chase, and by the way, Teagan's is pretty good. But they have these players out there like that, right? They have one or two, three, four five good players. The Steelers have like a lot of depth, great depth in certain parts. So, and they're playing their role too,
which is better than years past where we didn't have any depth, and then it was crazy.
They're definitely building it up. So you're going Wilson for 3.
I'm going Wilson for my first, my third 3-point pick.
Sounds good. Shana, who's your 3 points?
Cam Hayward.
Hayward.
The trash can man. Because I'll tell you what, it was like hitting a freaking dump truck when he came up the middle there. It was just like
that reminds me of Juju.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
But he hit him, but he had to move over him. But he kind of stayed there just enough time to look down and then walk over slowly and get out of the way, right? But he leveled him. He absolutely leveled the absolute fucking piss out of him.
Yeah, the line of kind of like, I'm not taunting, I'm not saying anything, but I'm going to step over and look at you.
Correct. Yeah, that's it. Okay, Shane, what do you do if you're an offensive lineman, Shane? How do you go against that beast of a human?
I don't know. I mean, like in boxing, they say, hit the body and the head will fall. I mean, I don't.
You hold him.
Yeah, you got to hold that.
You hold him.
You got to beat. You got to,
maybe whisper sweet nothings in his ear, like, "Hey, big boy, I don't know."
Make sure this is the key. I got it. Okay, it's this easy. What you do is you make sure your ice bath is ready before you go out and play. So when you get out, you can just get right into it because it's going to be a long, hard night. So,
and that's 60 plays that you're 55 plays or 50 plays you got to go and verse one of the best defensive linemen in the game right now. And a lot of people were calling him to finish and not come back, and we don't need him. And but he's a veteran leader on the field and off the field. He is absolutely awesome. This year might be one of his best years for the Steelers. But
he's played every game.
Yeah, he's killing it, and he's almost near 100 sacks, so he can probably get that this maybe next year if he keeps going. But this year in 2020, I just had it. Where was it? No, this one. Sorry, in 2024, he's got 50 tackles, 6 sacks, tackle for a loss 8, Pass deflections 8. That's amazing. Put his big hands up. 8.
Well, that's Pro Bowl material right there. Definitely Hall of Fame material.
Yeah, 100%. He's and that's why I think then now the team is buying into these positions like TJ Watt and like Hayward and these dudes because they're just playing outstanding football, right? So you guys went Hayward. I'm going to go into the bloke I just said then, TJ Watt, and that's why I watched stats today of him and highlights. I started watching about a video about JJ Watt, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go watch his brother. TJ Watt to me is now the next 5 games will push himself into DPOY of the year for sure. He's got 9.5 sacks. He's got 5 fumbles, and in this game, I thought he was absolutely awesome. He got 2 sacks. He got a fumble. He was everywhere. I could have went with Cameron Hayward and TJ Watt swapping, or I could have put in Nick Herbig. You know what I'm saying? But I think TJ Watt is playing out.
And you had Peyton Wilson somewhere. I mean, he's got to get some deserves too on that fumble recovery, and he's been playing pretty good ball for being a rookie too. I mean, we just can't place everybody in 4 slots. It's very hard.
It's very tough, and even with Wilson as well. Rookie guy getting a TD like that is unbelievable. But he's now the understudy of like TJ Watt and these fellas in front of him. So it just never stops with Blitzberg too. My guy is definitely 3 points for TJ Watt because he was outstanding. And I think I love the way he plays Joe Burrow. He loves to play Joe Burrow. He loves to hit him hard. He loves to chase him down. And I looked up his stats too today. Like he's got like I think 100 something sacks, 107 or something like that. 7 interceptions. The guy's building a Hall of Fame career. We just got to get into the playoffs, and now this is the team that can win. I think everyone's now understanding that we can win games like that versus Bengals. We can win games like that versus Ravens. We just got to get a home field advantage to win these tight games in the playoffs. And TJ Watt, I think, is playing outstanding football, and he's now going to go off in December. He's going to go.
Well, we scored 40-some points in somebody else's own stadium, so that's good too, and it shows that we can compete with anybody, especially with that high-powered offense.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, TJ got 3 sacks, two tackles, and 3 tackles for a loss. So they just count as just as good as a sack because it's a running back, whoever. Here we go. MVP time. Who's your MVP? Bubba.
Well, my MVP, he didn't have a very good outing 10 days ago, and everybody was looking, where is he at? Where is he at? And we saw where he was at Sunday. 2 sacks, fumble. Total domination of Joe Burrows. I'm going with TJ Watt because he was invisible 10 days ago, and he just came out of the telephone booth like Superman. So, I mean, it was in between Russell Wilson and him, but Wilson has been playing steady. I mean, he was good in Cleveland under the snow. TJ was just there, but not there. You know what I mean? This Sunday in Cincy, he was there and everywhere. So that's why I'm picking TJ Watt as my MVP this week.
Yeah, he's just that wrap around and then the free arm and
he's still getting held. He's getting held, and they were chipping him in the first quarter. They were chipping him a little bit. You know what I mean? But that's going to happen. He gets through, and then they moved him on the other side on one play or something like that, and he came back. So, 2 sacks. Hey, Sunday against Cleveland, he could have 2 to 4. It could be that quick.
I think if Winston holds the ball, he could be in trouble.
Yeah. He could be over 10 or 11, and then we'll start, and then Myles Garrett can suck a big one again because he won't have nothing to talk about because TJ Watt
he did nothing last night. He did nothing last night at all in the game.
Dan Moore just had a bad game. That's all. It happens.
All right, Shana, who's your MVP, Shane, of the Bengals absolutely suck week?
400 yards. Unfortunately, none of them are rushing touchdowns, Bubba.
I know. I'm not winning that.
But we all know and love them. And it's not the Fields who had the interception. It's not Fields who got 7 yards on that big first down play at the end of the game. I give him a pat on the back. But I think Russell, the love muscle. Russell Wilson, make it happen. Got to give it to him.
I look. I agree with you.
That's funny.
I agree with you.
Oh.
Mine is Wilson as well. I think at the start of the season, I think people in the media and some AFC North fans and some Steelers fans were counting him out from the very start.
Yeah, they were.
And the minute that Fields, and that's okay. I don't think you're as bad as some other people,
But,
Shane.
but Shane, you actually
he's
said
trash.
something that Shane said something that nobody even thought of. When he said to Justin Fields, you know what I mean? He never
Stop.
no one said that, Shane. So
I thought Russ was going to get hurt.
you were a prognosticator before anybody ever said anything.
Yeah, you said he was going to get hurt in week 4 or 5, but it happened in week 1, and then he played 6 weeks, and then he changed over. So there was because he was older quarterback, this and this, and they actually got hurt on the off season. You know what I mean? But I don't think you're as bad as some other the fans out there and some of the media that was actually trashing Russell Wilson for what he's done. And the points are, Fields did okay. He did good, right? But now they did great. And Mike Tomlin made the right choice, and he wanted excellence. He wanted to be better than what they were. They moved their 20 points per game to 27 points per game just by putting Wilson in there. Wilson right now is if he had a full season and he played this way the whole time, he could be MVP because he's playing that well.
I'll take him being MVP. I'll take him being Super Bowl MVP. I'll take that one.
100%. But he's playing at a high level where we haven't seen this quarterback play that is changing plays or talking to receivers or getting
He's
guys
not costing us any games either.
Nope.
Unlike Kenny Pickett and Mitch
there was that one
Trubisky
fumble, but then TJ came back. But that's came back and tackled. Yeah, we're not that. We're actually having like actual offense, and I think that Russell Wilson is making all the throws. He can't throw over the middle, yet he does the awesome pass 2 weeks in a row versus the Browns and the Bengals. He does that crazy pass to Frymu. Does that nice pass to Jefferson where the Bengals showed blitz. He saw that. He saw Jefferson. Boom. That's one of my favorite passes all year was that one.
I think he threw 10 different receivers. The only person who didn't get a catch was Mike Williams.
Yeah. And I know Steeler Nation wants him to get involved, and he will in some time. Like he'll get 2 or 3 passes. I'm just happy that they're getting passes to Scotty Miller or Ben Skronik or whoever they're calling. Michael Pruitt caught one. The third, fourth tight end, he caught a pass.
That was a 17-yard gain too.
Or 17. There you go. So Wilson's on fire right now. He understands his place in the offense, understands his place in the team, his relationship with the organization and Mike Tomlin. He's very humble. He's a good guy off the field. I think he's playing really good football to take us to the next step, and that's win playoff games. Really,
I can't wait.
It's happening right now. Like it's a point now where we're a good side. The Steelers are a good side. And all these other fan bases and media can't keep pushing us down and saying, oh, it was the Bengals' fault. They lost this game. Nah. Yeah, they had bad secondary, but Wilson made some passes. He was firing passes to Pickens and firing the ball on time and also making smart choices where if it wasn't there, he threw it out of bounds or we went for a sack.
Nobody's seen it coming. Sunday, nobody's seen the 40 points of the Steelers. Nobody's seen that coming at all.
No, I thought maybe like 20-something. 27?
Yeah, 28-17. I think what I picked it was.
I had
but
31 to 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, God, if we could get Joey Porter to get away from his penalties, we'd be way better than we are. I think that's one negative thing out of a lot of positives. If he can do some kind of thing.
Good call. On a mention to MVP. Through he'll need a full body transfer. He took 2 big hits. And the first big hit, I saw one Bengals commentator say, oh, it's just football. No, that was pretty dirty. He didn't even turn around for the ball. He just knocked him out. He knocked him in the guts when he was going for the pass. And the second one was more of a hospital pass where Wilson led him into the tackle. You know what I mean? So CR3, I hope he's okay, but I would say rest him this week and get him ready for Philadelphia or get him ready for the
Ravens. Yeah, and he could have been easily got some points. He easily could have got some points this week. Austin. There's so many people that we could have got. We just
keep him out. This is no joke. His head hit hard. It looked like he got a straight up concussion. To what severity? I don't know. I'm not a neurologist, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once. So
what? What does that mean?
That's a
That
commercial.
means he stayed at a Holiday Inn, like the hotel.
Okay. I've been there once as well. There was at the Holiday Inn in Buffalo. There was a pet bird there. They had a pet bird in the foyer. I thought that was quite strange to have a pet
Why?
bird. I don't know. It was just like
Forming the carcasses of all the shit players that hang out there.
I don't know. But Buffalo was a weird place, man. Buffalo was like it's like a real. I just thought it was a different kind of town.
Depressing.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was like
I've been there once.
the feeling of people. They just weren't like, it was snowing and stuff like that. But like, I went to the pizza shop with my dad. We walked around Buffalo, and even my dad said it was like, just doesn't feel like friendly. I don't know. It was weird.
Oh, it's the thing.
It wasn't very.
It's like going to like those speed dating things, and everyone looks like a serial killer.
It just. When we went, like the people ordering pizza were pretty unimpressed, unhappy. The takeaway people who were serving us were like, "Oh, how are you?"
Well, Buffalo fans are goofy because they got to jump off the Winnebago onto a friggin' card table every time. That's what they do. They jump on tables like I don't know why. And if the 49ers didn't fumble on the 5-yard line and played better defense, I'm not scared of the Buffalo Bills either. I'm not.
But Buffalo is versing 49ers without some of their key players.
Yeah, you don't have McCaffrey sitting on the number one pick, sitting on the sidelines.
You know what's funny? I went to the Buffalo state building over there, right? It was at one point in New York was the highest building ever built, one of the town buildings. And when I went up there was absolutely no one up there, like on a Thursday. For the tourist area, and when I walked around the outside, there was cobwebs everywhere. Like they must have no tourists to go up there. It's crazy.
Who wants to go to Buffalo to visit though?
I went there because I was on the way to Niagara Falls. I stayed there one night. Night because it was easier to go from. Hey,
what you think of Niagara Falls?
That was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I like the Canadian side. The view was nice, but the nightlife on the Canadian side was just too touristy. There's too much crap. There was a lot of the museums and all the different
the wax museum,
all that kind of crap. Was like, I don't need this. I just want to look at the falls.
You didn't spend $30 on a poncho to ride the Maid of the Mist?
Oh, we did that, but I don't think I got a poncho. I don't know if I got a poncho or not.
I was just joking. You rode that thing. You're such a shill.
Oh, we did it. Me and Dad did that. We did the one where you stood under the waterfall and got soaked. We rode bicycles around the falls. What I found interesting with the Niagara Falls, that's a lot of people have died there. When you get on that river, and once you jump in, you can't get out. Like you're done.
You didn't want to, did you? You're like, hey, Dad, let's try. Let me try one, Dad, and I'll see you at the end. I'll see you in the bottom.
Yeah,
you didn't try that.
If you're around the corner and it's like you're fishing, I dropped me glasses. I better go get them. And you swim in and you just go, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, shit.
Well, I was there probably when I was 11 or 12, and I saw these Japanese people. So I yelled, Timmy fell in. And it was very funny. I almost got arrested. So.
Oh, really? Is there a pickup point on Niagara Falls where there's boats that can intercept them before they go too far a point?
Yeah. There's probably an exit line.
Because there's a certain point when
gets through.
Yeah, a certain point where you go past the last 500 meters, right? You got to hit and hope that you just don't hit a rock or something near the end.
See, I'm not into that anyway because I can't swim. So all that water stuff, I don't care. You ain't getting me. You ain't getting me. I was on a boat one time and that was it, man. I was like Gilligan, and I'm like, nope. But I'll sit in the hot tub.
Floaties, like little swimming.
No, I don't give a shit, Shane. I'm the only kid from Marion Center to ever flunk swimming. I can't swim. I can't.
Well, they should have changed the name of the class to sinking.
Well, I don't sink either. I just can't. I just can't get. I can't get in the deep because then I feel like I'm drowning. I was in Jeff Booth's pool over here a couple years ago, and I went into the deep end. I thought I was going to drown, and I hit the bottom and got up, and I went right off, and I just got out of the pool, and I haven't been in the pool since. I just nope. If God wanted me to swim, he'd have gave me gills.
There you go, Bubba the fish.
Bubba Phelps, ladies and gentlemen, Bubba Phelps.
Oh, I didn't do my number 3. Still a sidetrack story about Niagara Falls. Yeah, there was apparently a guy like went over in a barrel.
Mhm.
Like,
A couple.
like that dude
Couple.
did that or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I was reading stories a lot about people falling off the falls. Yeah, do you do it like inside the barrel, plunging over the falls? It's crazy. Now it's pretty impressive, but I guess like in those areas, it's just so overwhelming with so many people, and it's like it's so cool to look around and go. I went up the tower and looked around at it. It's fucking awesome. And then you're just like, oh, I'm just so sick of the people.
Daredevil.
What?
You gotta share that.
I almost drowned in a ball pit. Is that serious?
No, it can't
That
be
can't be real.
serious.
I almost drowned in a ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my
What is
God, that's
Chuck E.
funny.
Cheese is like your kids thing, right?
Yes.
There used to be one where I lived here when I first moved here, and they closed it down.
So it's like all kids' activities plus food.
Pizza.
There must be so much like crap and cheese and pizza in that ball pit. There must be so much piss and crap and food and everything. Ugh.
That's funny.
Yeah, so my 3 was the same as was Shannon's for MVP. I think Wilson was deserving. One of his best games in his career, one of his best games in his Steelers career, and also Wilson is now 6-1 or 5-1, as a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. He's played awesome that game. He found 10 targets. He found Pickens. He found Austin. He found so many people. The one pass to Jefferson, the one pass to Frymouth was on fire. Wilson was, and the best part was he commands the offense. When he sees something he doesn't like, he'll change the play to a certain, different part of the play.
He was audibling a lot in that game. He would go up to underneath the center.
That's what you meant to do, right?
Yeah, I like that. So he's seen some stuff, and he changed the plays.
It's what Peyton Manning did for every fucking play he ever did. In Madden, you try and play in 2008 or whatever it was, or 9. Try and play Peyton Manning's team at Colts in Madden. It takes about 40 seconds for them to hut the ball because
Oklahoma.
They just changed the play.
Oklahoma.
But Wilson's doing very well. G'day, Buggy. He's doing very well. He's changing plays. He's getting. There was one where he changed to a halfback toss and actually worked. It went his side. They went the right side.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Like they're just moving people around, and the offensive line now trust him too.
Well,
Wilson's in that
you
mode.
can see like Arthur. Everybody was getting bashed. Like Arthur Smith in Cleveland 10 days ago was getting bashed, but you don't hear nothing. There's pin drops this week. You don't hear shit.
No, there's 44 points. The red zone was better. They got field goals, yes, but they got some TDs as well. I think they got 2 field goals in the red zone and 2 TDs, something like that. So they did pretty well. Wilson he's our quarterback. He's number 1. And shout out to Fields with that one big run to seal it. And that makes as if you're Fields, you're like, yeah, I won the game. I helped out. I feel pretty good too. So, and Fields at the start of the year did very well. So if they get to the Super Bowl, it's very deserving to be part of the team like that. And that's right. We're contenders again.
We always were.
They're a good side.
I don't know where these people were coming from that said that we wasn't.
I can't believe people gave up because we lost the Browns. It was like the season was over. It was just such an instantaneous switch. Like, whoosh.
If we were 3-8, but we were 8-3.
They were calling
jumping
for
off the ship.
Coleman's head. They were calling for Smith's head. They were calling for people to Minka's head. They're calling everyone's to see you later. The whole season's done. But you just beat the Ravens 4 days before, lost to a game in Cleveland, which we haven't won a game on Thursday Night Football divisionally in forever, ever. In snow game, and one bad.
But we were winning. That's what people forget. We came
yeah.
back and we were winning by 1 point, and all we had to do was get a first. We didn't get it, and that shank punt.
That would have been one of the crazy. That would have been like our snow game, like 1918. That would have been a fantastic game for us. Austin, that would have been awesome, but it didn't happen.
I mean,
It's
it is what it is.
fucking life.
Speaking
I
of
think people
swim game, did you guys see probably the best play of the weekend? Wasn't the Steelers play? It was a hook and ladder with Burrow or with Allen. You see that?
What, Shane? What is that? Is that a TD for him? Does he get a reception?
Yeah. So what happens? He throws the ball, and then he runs. Which I've seen the hook and ladder with a running back that follows that lead. That usually it's a slot. The slot will come, or a tight end will catch it, and then they'll pitch it to a running back. But no, I've never seen a quarterback catch the hook and ladder and run it. It was fantastic.
I think he was the only one that ever did that. He got a rushed through and caught.
Some people were saying, though, how can it be a receiving TD if he didn't catch it? Because it was a lateral. It was a backward pass.
Because there was a completed pass during the play.
So it counts as his receiving TD. Because on the fantasy, he got 6 points for a TD, and he also got 6 points for a catch TD.
Yeah, he's my fantasy quarterback, so that's.
Oh, you would have got more points.
I don't know. I didn't even look, but so is Russell Wilson's my backup.
It's what it is. Yeah, that's such a universal saying.
Is what it
I
is.
always hate that saying. It really is, though.
It is. Always
That's
is.
the best
what
way
it
to
is.
say it.
Till it
Yeah.
isn't. Then it ain't.
It ain't what it is, but until it is.
It ain't like it used to be. That's another one. It ain't like it used to be.
Did you guys listen to Mike Tomlin's press conference today too? We was talking about something about Porter and it's how you give up fouls versus Shaq or something. You said
No, I didn't hear it. But
It was-
people want Joe. They want him benched. Okay, so
He'll
who are
be
you going to put
fine.
in? Who are you going to put in if you bench him?
no one. You can't bench him. You
You
be
can't.
fine. It's game by game. It's the same thing as the people wanted Broderick Jones gone. They wanted Dan Moore gone. They wanted this guy gone. They wanted someone else gone. It's just so. That's why they're not a coach. You know, if you bench Joey Porter, that'd be stupid. He's one of your best players.
Yeah, the penalties only matter, boys, if you lose. If you win, you
And some can be good though, right? If you have a penalty and then you get 3 points and then rather got 7.
I just think he
fine.
plays. He's just a little bit more aggressive, and he just got to watch his hands. That's all.
That's
I
what my
mean,
wife tells me all the time.
Jamar Chase didn't get no 100 and
What's that?
some yards.
What'd
What'd you say?
I said my wife tells me that all the time.
You're
I'm not
gonna
going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what my wife tells me.
Oh man. Toddy agrees. It's a ridiculous saying. There you go. Oh, you know what though? This things of that nature. I've figured it out why most Steelers people say it. It's because Mike Tomlin says it a lot.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. Mike Tomlin always says things of that nature. And that every podcaster that now says it because he says it.
Yeah.
It's 100% true.
Sure.
He says it a lot.
So we should start saying it?
I've said it a few times.
I don't think I've ever.
And
I've
things
never
of that
said it.
nature.
I never said
You
that.
listen to more Mike Tomlin podcasts. You'll pick it up. You'll start putting it in your bag of tricks. You know what I mean? I can play this again, but I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know. We'll see.
He says stuff like,
Let's go for the win, man.
Well, when he says I'm fucking working, I'm working here. I'm fucking working.
He's look. This team, fellas, we're near the end of the show. And by the way, thank you for coming on, and thank you for being on your show too. And thanks to the
Thank
fans.
you.
And I'm coming over. I'm 15 days away.
I know,
I'm
and
flying,
it's getting cold
I'm
out.
flying.
It's getting cold out. I was outside today. It was.
How cold's
was
cold?
nipply.
I got to go buy a jacket.
You better get a toboggan.
Toboggan. How cold is
Toboggan.
cold? Pittsburgh weather. 20. What is it? -2 degrees?
It's supposed to snow
Shit.
tomorrow in Jefferson County.
it's warmer today than other days. It's warmer now.
What
It
about
was like -10 for you last night. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still
What
I still
about,
wear
in the next 10
shorts.
days?
So
45 degrees? What's that? Is that?
That's-
I don't even know.
that's not like
that's
super bad.
thong and flip flops. That's like
Yeah,
put some sunscreen on your back.
short 45 shorts weather.
That's 7 degrees. That's still cold compared to where I'm from. Oh, the Gauntlet. Oh, yeah. Here's an update too on the Gauntlet. Right, I have made it again, but it's now like 1 minute and 58 seconds. So I'm gonna wait until the end of the season, then I'm gonna do one video of the whole Gauntlet because
There you
every
go.
time I play it, it gets getting too long. So the Gauntlet. So and lucky no one said it this today. I was gonna play it today. I was like, nah, that's gonna waste 2 minutes.
I said it
but-
Sunday.
Yeah, but the Gauntlet right now, the update is 3-1. And then now push some of the media is like, oh, by the way, they got to verse Philadelphia and the Ravens. It's like, fuck. You keep pushing it back. Like,
They have to face us too.
Exactly. Yeah, you're going to play us too. So I'm going to make a video at the very end of the Gauntlet and see how many we get. I think we can go the table. I think we can. I think we can win them for that 14-3. I think we can. If they can get a game against Philadelphia where they win by 3 points, and it's like, holy crap, how'd they win that? Still win.
Well, those 3 games in 10 days now. That's what everybody's talking about now. The Steelers got 3, Eagles, Chiefs, and Ravens in 3 games in 10 days. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I don't know. What do? You can't like postpone it. I think it'll be fine. Because it's Browns is Monday. So you boys do the podcast tomorrow. Then Browns on the Sunday for in America. And then the week after that, it's Philadelphia. The next minute, oh my goodness, I'm flying over. And then we have Ravens, then Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's come close. It's almost over. The season's almost done. We've
been talking about it for 9 months now.
Yeah.
9-10 months.
We're getting to the fun part of the season, the really, really fun part of the season where we can start stacking wins and getting 10-3 and 11-3. And I think it could be
10-3.
Last year, you think it was fun? Like this fun part of the season, talking about why the Steelers aren't making the playoffs.
Last year we had to go on a Rudolph ride. That was that Mason Rudolph saved Christmas.
No, last year I was talking about how we need to do our own stuff and not worry about everybody else getting us into the playoffs. We have to win outright. That's what I was talking about. This
year, it's we control the destiny. We can win number 1, 2. We can win the division.
This team has been very, very focused. What'd you say?
I said I remember one of the episodes. 20 minutes of conversation was talking about Mason Rudolph's mom being hot. That's the material we had to deal with.
Well,
is she? Let me look.
He's Pope
I don't think she is.
Hey, when things isn't that bad, that's what you're talking about. That just says a whole lot about the season.
Mason's Rudolph mum hot. Possibly. Some would say maybe. Some would say yes or no.
Thought so.
Well, you never know.
Another loss in the season will be ready to defy Tomlin. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
People need to focus on other stuff besides that.
Yeah.
Like I'm even saying it. Like when I'm, you know what I mean? When I'm not, talking bad about Tomlin, it's the world is coming to, because I was angry because I used to bitch about the Jacksonville Jaguar game because that was a game in the playoffs where we should have won, and that game just irks me. And I've been to a lot of playoff games where the Jacksonville game where we lost, I was at that game, and then
I think it's going to be different. I think the team's a better team. Fellas, too, when I was looking today at the 2016 roster, because I was like, oh, what players am I going to see that I didn't see last time? I'm going to let you guys guess. There's only 3 players that I'm going to see from last game in 2016. Do you know who they are? 2 are easy and 1's tough.
Cam Hayward, TJ Watt.
Yeah. Nah. TJ Watt was 2017. I was there 2016. 2016. Oh. Christmas Day game versus the Ravens 2016. I didn't see TJ.
Boswell.
Yeah, who's the other one?
Cam Boswell.
You won't get it. He's on the team right now, and I guarantee you won't get it. You have one guess each.
Oh, I have no idea.
Think, Bubba. Think.
Oh,
he's been in the league. I'll give you some hints. He's been in the league about 8 years now. He's played for Buffalo. He's a teamer.
Red. Tyler. Yeah. What's the
Tyler? Yeah. Tyler Matakevich. Yeah.
Matakevich.
There are 3 players. I don't know if he played.
When you said Buffalo Bills, that was
yeah.
When you said Buffalo Bills,
there are 3 players that I saw, or at least were part of the team back in 2016. Cameron Hayward, Chris Boswell, and I looked it up. Tyler Matakevich played in 20. That was his rookie year with the Steelers. So he was either playing teams or he was sitting on the bench. But there was only 3 players in 8 years that we've kept. Now, of course, the NFL moves over really fast. But I was like, I woke up today. I was like, I'm trying to get my head around. I'm going to Pittsburgh, but I'm going to a fucking game too. I'm gonna be there with Gene, singing beers with Gene, and
eating pierogies,
getting Gene and throwing pierogies in the sun.
eating
right?
pierogies out in the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna
munching on hoagies,
cursing
meatball
out Kelsey and Bill and my homies and doing all. I'm gonna be so loud, right? And I'm thinking like all these things. I'm like, hang on a minute. I get to see Russell Wilson. I get to see Minka. I get to see TJ Watt. I get to see Najee Harris. I get to see Patrick Queen. I get to see all these stars. I'm like, holy French toast, bro. It's going to be fun. Like, I forgot all the players I get to see.
That's a good saying. Holy hell, French toast. That's nice.
I say that now because I swear too much. I swear too much when I say F. And also YouTube doesn't like when you swear.
Somebody in our show was just giving us from the UK. She's like, you boys need to. Yeah, Riley. I was trying not to Sunday, but it was so exciting and scoring points. I was like, oh my God.
Not like you do it when you talking to your grandmother or something like that.
No. Well, my grandmother used to smoke and drink and tell me to go F off, but
yeah,
God rest her soul.
It's all part of it. But yeah, I'm going to be there to see Russell Wilson. I'm going to see Najee, Austin if he's healthy, Highsmith, Herbig, TJ Watt. Like, this is a crazy team.
Well, this will be your second time you've seen Tomlin because Tomlin was there when you saw him the first time.
Yeah, 100%. So it was Steelers versus Ravens, AB with the clutch win, and it was a Christmas Day, and we won the division. So the Steelers can win the division with the Ravens win, but it could be a chance that they win it that night too. So I was thinking back like, oh, I get to see all these cool players, and that's pretty special too. So yeah, Matakevich, Haywood, and Chris Boswell.
I wouldn't have gone if you didn't give me the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he's back.
I was
back
thinking.
on the team. Mm-hmm. All right, boys. Anything else you want to add?
I can't think of nothing. We'll talk about a whole bunch of nothing tomorrow. Besides, we're going to talk a little bit of Cincy and then going right into Cleveland. Cleveland sucks. Cleveland sucks. Hey, how are you going to go on the round tree? How are you going to go tomorrow?
Oh, I'm ready.
Guns blazing.
The second time or third time that I've been on there where my team time, where the Browns lost, the Bengals lost. The Browns and Bengals have lost, I think, collectively, like 11 times. Like, what have they got? What's the schedule again? Like 11 times each? No, sorry, not more than that. 17 times, right? They've lost 17 times.
They have nothing.
9.
I mean, Chef, he could be the chef from the Muppets after tomorrow.
Yeah, Browns are done. The Browns are done. Like, I'll give him. What I'll do is, I'll give him respect and say, oh, by the way, great win 2 weeks ago, fantastic. Yeah. However, your team sucks.
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. We're erasing it now. We're just gonna bombard
Seems
you.
Laughable, mate. They're laughable. They're like I said, the Ohio teams. Bengals won 4, Browns won 3. That's 7 wins. We have 9 wins. We have 2 more wins than both teams.
So since we beat Denver and they lost to Denver, that means we still haven't played anybody, or how's that work?
Don't know. The Ravens lost against the Eagles and got their ass whooped. And Tucker's a problem, by the way. Tucker's a huge problem on and they can't cut him.
It's in his head now.
But they can't cut him because he's such a good Raven. He's one of the best Ravens I've ever had.
Right.
And how would you do like in that sense where he was like, you're going to cut him now? They've almost got to say, hey, Tucker, go trip over a stool,
get a hammy,
break your leg, and then go on IR. Because they really can't cut the guy because he's such a valuable person.
It's in his head now where he's missed all these kicks and stuff. It's in his head. It's not, I don't think it's physical. I think it's mental.
He's missed, I think, like 12 this year or something like that.
It's bad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love it.
And from 50, he's even worse, like overall. Let me see. Tucker, because he's in a bad season, and they've and it's not just him. Like the Ravens aren't the best team. 70%, he's missed 8 field goals, and he's missed 5 from 50.
Well, speaking of the Ravens, I read where Dante Johnson might be riding out of. They might be getting rid of him.
What if we pick him up in the waiver wire? What if we get him on the practice squad? Wouldn't that be crazy? Get him back. they won't though.
No, I don't think they.
He burnt his bridge. I think with I think the Steelers wanted to get rid of him. He wasn't as physical. I'd rather have Ben Skronik than Jonte Johnson the way he's been playing. More physical, like blocking.
I'd rather have Roman Wilson come in and fucking play sometime this year, but it ain't gonna happen.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think they like him.
I think he's in the doghouse. I think he's in Tomlin doghouse.
Who, Roman Wilson?
Yeah.
I thought he was injured.
Well, that and come on, he had a hamstring. How bad's a hamstring? What did he do? Cut it with a pair of scissors or something? Like,
yeah, true.
I think he's in Tomlin's doghouse.
But it's working. It's working with the other guys anyway. So I'm.
Yeah,
I'm good with it all.
He's probably young and whatever. I mean, but I like to see him in that slot because that's all we're missing is a possession receiver. That's all we're missing is a possession receiver.
What's going to be interesting is the update on the right tackle. I don't know if they bring him back, Fautanu, because he was on the IR, but he can come back when the playoffs start. I think.
I think you might be right.
But then Broderick Jones been playing okay, so do you bring him back? You know.
And keep going with what you're
doing. And Dan Moore's he only had one bad game.
Just keep going the way it's going.
You just keep you sign all those. You sign all. You have this consistency for next year. The nucleus of the line and the nucleus of the offense and the quarterbacking situation. We just need a possession receiver on offense, especially if we sign Moore and Harris and Russell Wilson and say Fields. Maybe they just sign both of them because you need two quarterbacks. You need two quarterbacks in this league no matter what. You do.
Well, they might do that with Fields in that. But here's a question for you, Shane. Do you think they'll unleash Williams during the next few games?
No, you won't see him.
Who, Mike Williams?
I think he's hurt. I think there's something wrong.
He's out there though, but he's not getting targets. Like he's on that move touchdown. He was out there.
Yeah, he's out there. He just doesn't seem to be moving like.
All you got to do is throw the streak. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Well, I don't want to cut.
Or unless he's a decoy, unless he's a decoy for Pickens. What'd you say?
I don't want to cut another video. You said the last time. Remember last time you said that?
Oh yeah.
Whole video.
Well, you're good at that. But
it was true. It was true.
Well, I wish I could play the Powerball. And then if I hit the Powerball big money, then you wouldn't need any coin. We just fucking fly you over here on my jet. Charter. Yeah, the Shane would be in pilot.
I'd be worried that Shane would be a pilot and jump out. His military training. He's like, let's go, Geronimo. Oh, sugar. All righty, fellas. So nothing more to add. We're good?
No, we're all good, man. I'm all good.
I feel like the court is in session. Court's over. Adjourned.
Night court.
Yeah, man. We're done. All right. Thank you, Shano. Thank you, Bubba, man. That was a great show. Fantastic show. Aaron,
thank you, Mark.
10 minutes.
Bye, Shane.
Larry came in near the end. Thanks, Larry, for coming in and checking out.
He wants a hat.
Dynasty.
Got to buy a hat, Larry.
Get one soon. Eventually.
Yeah. And there's your new logo with Steelers. What do you guys on now? 265 or something like that? 270?
266.
Oh, boy. Cracking it.
Yeah,
going well.
We're chipping away.
Chip. Yep, all good. All good in the hood. All right, I've been playing it all year. I got to keep doing it. I've invited B-Mac, if you're listening, come on the show. I invited you on Twitter. I know he's busy. He didn't respond, but that's fine. But he likes my tweets, though. Corey Hayward is Hayward's brother. He likes my tweets, too.
There you go.
I got to get on Craig Wolfley. He likes my tweets, too. So if I just go, hey, you like my tweet the other day, go on the show. I would love to talk to Craig. I think Craig Wolfley is one of the ones I have to get in the offseason.
Oh, he'd be funny.
I think my Steeler or the show I'm doing here in a half an hour is tried to replace Dale, his brother, on the West Virginia channel. So.
Oh, you work with his brother?
And speaking of that show, Shane had like
last October
100 and some people in the chat. His chat Sunday night, he had over almost 1.6K on that West Virginia show.
Okay. I had
2K now. Oh wow! See,
some drunk fuckwit gave $20 because he was drunk, and I didn't realize it was 20.
I know that guy was. He was eating a bug.
I want that back, Shane. I didn't. It was meant to be 2.
I'll make it back up to you in belly tickles and back rubs.
It was meant to be $2, not 20. I messed it up. Nah, I didn't. G'day, Ragu. All right, let's get out of there. The big Ragu. That's
Big rib time.
Tony Saragusa.
What's
that? Big Ragu was on Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
No, what's the Ramon Foster? They called him Ragu as well. Ramon Foster.
Saragusa.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's play B-Mac. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Bubba. And we're on the road to New Orleans. This team is special. They're playing good football. They're playing good on teams, defense, and offense. They're playing really good football right now. So thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Shane. I'll see you guys later. Here we go. You know,
The road to New Orleans will start in a few months. Let's get ready for the ride. Gas up the cars, baby. Let's get to New Orleans. Gas it up. Let's go.
hey, thank you, VMAC, mate. I'll see you all later. As always, here we go, Steelers.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.